Scope annotations. I told the scopes, right? Yeah, the scope annotations. Spring Boot starter dependencies. Except REST APIs. One first exam you write and about the only Spring. One exam is only about REST APIs. One exam about the data JPA. Data JPA means predefined queries, custom queries, and JPQL queries, native SQL queries. About the database operation, all operations. How many exams you got total? 3. One is Spring, one is REST APIs, one is data JPA. One is you write the exam on MVC. One is you write the exam on microservices. Total how many exams? 5 exams you write on 100 marks exams. How many marks mark? Each exam carries 100 marks. You write the 5 exams about the Spring Boot microservices. If you write the 5 exams, you are good at microservices. That's it. The Spring all of it. Long work, Maven, Git, loggers, SLFs, JUnit test cases, mock-unit test cases. These are directly, I will place the test, normal quiz type in the website. You directly write whenever you possible. That I don't want to highlight as part of exams. Maven, I'll give some 20-30 courses. When you are possible, you write the exam for that. Maven, loggers, GitHub, JUnit test cases you will write. Logbog we will write. These all you write your own exam, but AOP also will discuss. You write separate point for that one. These all are not exams. These all are quiz type. You write the quiz in the website whenever possible. But exams, how many exams you should write? 5 exams. One exam about what the Spring, one about the REST, one about the data JPA, one about the MVC, one about the microservices. That's it. React time I will place the 2 exams. React part 1, React part 3. React part 1 and what? React part. In future, if possible, at the end of the Spring Boot microservices, we will plan one Core Java type of exam also. About what your Core Java. That is fine. But there is a schedule generally. But definitely by Saturday we will deploy the project. We will deploy what project? That system test. I told you, system test. First attempt you try to get the complete work. First attempt at least you got 100 out of what 100. That will be good. Not exactly 100 out of 100. At least you have to get minimum 80. Over. And before the exam, I told yesterday clearly, you check the annotations. Auto-write is what you write the accurate auto-write annotation. If you write a spelling mistake, that will be not carried. Because in the paper means you write the spelling mistakes also, okay, I can understand it is auto-write. But system can understand it, cannot understand that. System cannot understand that process. Okay. At the end of after this course also, the website is there. Even you don't have the notes also no problem because everything is there in our website. You read it the chapter 1, write a test quiz. Like JavaScript, HTML, how we are building like chapter 1 quiz, chapter 2 quiz, chapter 3 quiz, chapter 4 quiz, chapter 5 quiz, after chapter 5 one exam. After chapter 5 what? One exam. Yeah. If you make the code like that, so that everyone will get what? Some interest to complete the exam, to get the marks more than others. Also, I will get the only 30 marks, 40 marks means enjoy. That is your choice. That is whose choice? That's your choice. No one will force you write the points and all. Yesterday class we discussed JPQL queries. These are the JPQL queries. JPQL stands for what? Java Persistence Query Language. You got the specific details about the JPQL and I written some department countability. Count each department number of employees and count the number of employees to each department, which is like minimum count is how much guys here? 2. And fifth one is what guys here? You can go for the every department min salary, max salary. Every department, HR department, male employees, which is like between the salaries. Between the salary. See guys, if you're able to handle this query, you can handle any type of queries, right? You can copy paste the query, you can check that, how many inputs are expecting and, how many inputs. Always see guys, you don't focus on like, what you can say, complete syntax of the code. Maybe you're feeling like this is a complete syntax, you're feeling like what is this query and all. You don't think complete syntax. Okay, we are selecting from what data here? Employee. E is a reference variable. E dot department equal department. E dot department means existing department. Like table already there. Department means what we are giving. E dot gender equal to gender. E dot salary equal to salary. Mean salary. And what one? Max salary. See guys, E dot salary that is between operator is there and mean salary and what max salary. You just check that from the client how many inputs you have to get and how to process the data. Think like that. Try to modify this query and instead of copy pasting from ChatGPT direct. If you copy paste directly from ChatGPT, you are not fit for industry again because as we are the employees, like I can copy paste from ChatGPT no problem because I know complete flow of the code. I know complete project structure and all, but you are the fresher level. If you are writing the copy paste from the chat GPT, something like that, your brain never think about like, what the code is going on first of all. That's what you don't completely copy paste from the chat GPT. You copy paste the previous method and you try to change the values at least. Try to change the values. No, sir told that we have to complete the exam. You copied from chat GPT, you placed and you placed means what? Nothing. I will not check the code also. I told that evening I will check, but I'm checking or not checking. That is not like professionalism. So I told that evening I will check. You finish the work, that's it. Sari said like sir will check the data and I will do all the operations means that is not good guys. We got it done? That's it. See guys, now let me go for one small example. You tell me this code for this this query. What is this query is doing and how to do the operation for this query. See that query, what this query is doing first we need to try to understand. See guys, we are going for the update operations. See, up to now we are discussing predefined queries and custom queries. Predefined queries and custom queries are not doing any updation operation. Are you doing any updation operation here? No. JPK can write the updation operation. Read this query here. What the query here? Update employee. Update employee what? Employee reference variable. We are setting what? Employee name. We are setting what? Employee name. We are setting employee name. Employee name with what? New name. Where employee ID equal to what ID and employee name equal to what old name. It means to update the new name, he setting the new name. What's the where condition? Tell me here. What's the where condition? ID should be there and old name should be there. I want to update your name means I want to update what? Your name. To update your name, your ID should be there, your old name should be there. Because without ID, if you write the old name and new name, then what the problem tell me? If you write the without ID, old name and new name, maybe instead of Srinivas, I'm updating with Srinivasa. But Srinivas, one Srinivas is there, multiple Srinivas are there. Then what happens in all places? Then what happens? Srinivas plus Srinivas are will come. That's what you need to go with what? ID. You need to go with what? That's what guys. Even old password, you have the concept like old password, and you can change the banking passwords and all. Old password you have to enter, new password you have to enter. But already you are the logged into the website, they have the login ID also. So to that login person, we are changing the old password to what password guys here? New password. That login is nothing but ID. The same way here, what is the code? Tell me. We are updating what? Oh, we are updating what? We are updating name. What we are updating then? We are updating the name, new name, based on what? ID. Based on? ID. Based on? Based on ID and old name. Based on the ID and what? Old name. Then ID means we need to identify the resource. To identify the resource, ID should be what? ID should be like request parameter, path variable. ID is what? Request parameter, path variable. ID is a path variable. But new name and old name is what? Path variables are request parameters. That is the clarity you should have first. So we are updating how many inputs total expecting here? 3. One is what? ID. One is what? Old name. One is what? Old name and new name. ID, old name and new name. Here, how many path variables required? To identify the resource uniquely, we require the ID. Based on the ID, we are updating the data. How many path variables required? One. How many request params required? Two request params required. And how many path variables required? One path variable is required, right? One path variable is required. See guys, one path variable is required and two request params are required. That's what, you tell me the controller code. You tell me what code here? Controller code for this one. Now you tell me the controller code for this one. Yeah. Now we are doing what operation? Reading operation, delete operation, update operation. Update operation means what the method we have to take? Get mapping or put mapping up? What mapping? Yeah. Huh? At the rate, tell me, I don't know the code, you tell me all the code. You understood like how many inputs are coming from the, how many inputs are coming from three. One is ID, one is old name and new name. Path variable is what? ID. Just you can take the put mapping. Yesterday class, all methods are writing what mapping now? Get mapping. Today is what? Put mapping because you are going to update. Single. See, we are going for what? Patch mapping. Put is okay because see here we are taking what old name, new name, ID. Here we need to understand that previously put mapping, patch mapping we are doing. That time what we done like we are getting the existing data. We are getting what? Existing data. Modify the data again we are saving the data. Existing data we are getting. What we are getting is existing data. Getting the existing data. Second one is what? Modify the data. After modifying, save the data, right? Save the data. But now, are you getting existing data, modify the data, save the data, or directly update now? Directly updation. We can write the put mapping, or you said like patch mapping. Nice. Go for the patch mapping. That's not a problem. Next one, tell me guys. You take one method. What the method here? Responsibility. Responsibility of what? Guys, let me take the normal string. I don't want to make like responsibility too hard for you. Patch mapping responsibility of string. Data updated successfully a message I want to get. That's enough. And tell me guys, what the URL is important here? What is the URL here? How many inputs expecting? Three. What are three? ID is a path variable. ID is what? Path variable means what? Slash. We can put what? ID. Slash. We can write the update name. Update what? Name. If you write the update name like this is a braces and what? ID, right? This is what variable here? Path variable. This is what? Update name. Take what? Name. Then you can take the update name. Update what? Name. Like that you take in the variable like method name is like update name. Update name expecting how many arguments shall wait, this one is what? Braces ID, this is what variable? Path variable. I'm giving the URL is what? Update name. So this is like update name by update update with new name. Update with what? New name. How many arguments expected? Tell me? Three. What is the first argument? Path variable. You can take the path variable guys. Path variable of what? You can write the ID. Just you can make it as what? Long. Speak out. Long ID. In real time, guys, you don't write all the variables in a single line. You click on enter button. Once you click on enter button, now see here you can write the second argument. What is second argument? Tell me here. Request param. Request param is what amount? Old name. First you should give the new name or old name. Old name you can give. Old name equal to what? String. Just you can make it as what? Old name. Third one is what? At the rate request param. Just you can write what? New name. New name, just you can write the string, just you can write what? New name, right? That's it. You don't with the comma separator here, like one line you don't write. I'm writing one line, three lines are three lines. Like that in real time, multiple variables are there. You can keep it what? One line or multiple lines are multiple lines. That's it, guys. Three values you are getting. That's fine. Next one. Next one, fast. Okay, control is capturing how many values? Three values. What three values? ID, name, old name and new name. You send these details to what layer? Can tell me. You got the details. You have the code. You tell me the code, I'll write the code. Employee service got update with what? New name. That method is there and update with the new name. Just we can pass how many arguments? Three arguments. For three arguments. ID. Just we can make the ID, old name, Old name and what? New name, right? That's it. But this method is present or not present? Not present. Just you can place the cursor over here and tell me. You place the cursor. You place the cursor. It's asking what? Update with what, ma? Create the method update with what? New name in employee service class. I am clicking on the button. Once you be clicking on the button, the data will be what? The method is generated. Just click on this method. Click on that method. And say if you click on that method. Once if you click on that method, then what happened here? Hmm? Here you are mixing the both path variable and what? Request parameters. Just click on this name. Click on what? Name. Click on what? Name. I'll write the two methods, guys. One is update operation, one is a delete operation. That is enough. Let's see, this one is the data, guys. Now you can write update with what? New name. Update with the new name, expecting how many arguments getting a share? 3 arguments. You do one thing. Just you can go for the employee repository first. The employee repository, you please write that method. This is the employee repository. In employee repository, employee what? Repository. Then you can go for that method. Yeah, updating with what? Old name and the new name. See guys, this is updating with old name and new name. Just you can cross check that update operation here. Update what data here? Employee, E, sector. Employee name with what? New name. So we are setting the employee name with what? New name. Where condition is what? Tell me. ID is ID and name is what? Name. Name is what? See, ID should be matched and whole name should be matched. Both should be matched, then update the data. So here we are using the named parameter, positional parameters are. Positional parameter, right? Named parameter, positional parameters are. These are named parameters. Positional parameter means we have a question marks. That time at the rate param required or not required? Huh? That's it, guys. That is the data. Just we can save this data. See this one, guys. Update employee by ID and old name. Just I given that method like that. Just you can write what? Employee report, employee. You tell me employee what? Repository dot. Employee repository at what? Update employee by ID. How many values you have to pass out here? 3 values. What are 3 values? ID, old name, new name. And if you pass like that, then this method return type what you taken here? Integer. Then you can please hold the integer return value. That's what return value should be what? Integer. See, why I'm writing integer means just I'm checking if the count is 1 means what? Updated. Count is 0 means updated, not updated. Not updated. Simply can go for what statement here? Return statement, right? That's it. Then this data is updated. Return query is what? Updated. What updated here? New name is updated based on the ID and based on the old name. Based on what? Old name. That query is what? Updated file. Just you can go for the controller layer. Then controller layer will receive what data? Tell me here. Controller layer will receive what data? Integer value. Because you are calling this update with name, right? Update with name return type is what? Integer. Integer result you can write. Integer result you can write. Then you can write what? Response entity. Okay, go for the return statement. Return statement is what? Response entity. See, this way we go for the response entity dot. Tell me guys, response entity at what? Status. What is status? Updation successful means just you can write the HTTP status dot. What message is job? Okay. Next one is what? Dot header. Dot header is what? Just you can write always you are happy to the info. Okay, data updated successfully. Data what? Updated successfully. The last one is what? Dot body. Hey, what is the body we have to send? Like tell me what the body here. Result means just you can write one small point here. If the result is greater than what? 1. Greater than 1, yeah. Greater than or equal to 1. Greater than? Greater than or equal to 1. Otherwise, result is double equal to 1, guys. Question mark, just I can write the message here. Data what? Updated successfully. Data is updated like successfully. Just you can write what? Question mark colon here. Data updation what? Success failure. Data updation failure. So just I written the body is what? The result is double equal to what? 1. Result double equal to 1 means true. True means what? Data updated successfully. If result is 0, data updated or not updated? Data updating is what? Data updation is fail, right? Data updation is what? Fail. Right, that's it. That's it. Okay, just we need to clarity about what the inputs you got. Give the inputs to what layer? Service layer. Service layer is giving to what layer? Repository layer. In the repository layer, what the query you written, just we can observe. That's it. The query, you map these parameters to the query. Map what? Parameters to the query. That's it, guys. You please run this project. Once if you run the project, answer semicolon, where is the semicolon? The system is today very slow. Why means? Yeah, where is the data? Just we can put the semicolon. Yeah, where is the semicolon? Put the semicolon here. And control S, simply can run this project. Right click on the project, REST API, and always you think like that. What inputs are coming? What inputs are giving to service layer? Okay, repository layer. What query I'm writing? That's it. Only 3 points less. What inputs? What service layer? And what? What is the repository layer code we are writing? That's it. Just click on what. Click on the data. Click on what data. Remind me later. Let me open the Postman. Open the Postman. Open the Postman. In the Postman, you see the code. Just APIs. Post mapping here. First, let me save the data here. Save the data means what is here? Body, HR employee. Just you can write the name is what? HR is what? Just you can write the female and just you can write what? Something like it. And here the salary is like that anu@gmail.com and you click on what button guys here send button. Once you click on the send button, you please cross check the data saved or not. Yes, we got the data saved. One anu HR like this. I think why you got is all the self links and delete links and all. Because of what concept? ATOs. Real time, this is a standard response guys. It's not like giving only these details, right? First details are ready guys. Next details, you please change one more object here. One more object, just you can make what? Developer department, dev department, just you can write what? Main, and you can write the return, and salary is like that, return and rate what? Gmail.com. Click on what button, guys, send button, you got the, yeah. Just you can write the M is a capital, fine, click on what? Send. Then we got the 2 records already. Okay, now we are going for put color, patch color. Patch color. So patch call, you write the patch call guys, you let me click on the plus operator, you write the user carefully, just you can type what patch call. Select the patch operation, fine, here you can go for the data here, localhost employees like this. See guys, this is a common URL API/v1/what employees. Then you can come to the controller also without sleeping. If you come to the controller, then you can understand that controller what is the URL is present. If you are sleeping, then what happened? URL you know na, you don't know na, you don't know. Again, brain will get what? Irritation. You will get irritation, and you said like in the company we have the more pressure. Company what? More pressure. Companies never give the pressure, guys. That is your pressure you are creating because you don't have the clarity about what you are doing. But someone said company pressure means he is stupid first of all. Someone said company is giving pressure means he is stupid because he is irregular and irresponsible. You don't know what the process is going on. Then don't blame what companies. And this is like ID update name URL here. Just let me go for what. See guys, how I am doing the process you can check it. I copied only repository method. Remaining service layer, controller layer, I'm checking like how many inputs are coming, I'm writing. Even URLs I'm writing, I'm copy pasting. Like that, we should do the process. In place of the braces ID, you can keep what one. Update name is a URL. After update name is the how many request parameters required? Two. It starts with what? Question mark. It starts with what? Question mark. Hey, did you observe like if it starts with a question mark, guys? You start with what? Question mark. Observe carefully one postman, one point is coming here. If I observe the point, if I type the question mark here, if I type what? Question mark. Yeah, you can type the question mark here. The bottom side, can you see, right? What we are seeing in the bottom side, these are enabled by default. If these are enabled, guys, here you can give the key name. What the key name can be, first of all, old name. See guys, if I write the points here, then what the question mark is coming automatically and the values are updating automatically. If you want, you can see the old name I'm typing. Here URL I'm typing the old name, automatically old name is coming up. So real time will write the parameters like these are the params, request params. And the corresponding value I written the old name is what is here? Anu. I given the old name is what? Anu. Just you can write the this is what mapping is here. Post mapping, patch mapping you are calling. Patch mapping, right? We are calling what mapping? Patch mapping. This is the old name. First argument I given guys. Go for the second key. Second key is what new name. New name, just you can give the argument is what just you can write the Anu is Anu, something like that. Yes, you check the URL once. The URL I'm typing automatically coming up. That is advantage of like param sanitation. Yes, you can write the parameters here. Automatically those are appended to what URL, right? Appended to what URL. Once if it is appended to URL, guys, click on the send button. Once if you click on the send button, you got error. You got the error. Then you got the error, guys. When you got the error. First of all, when you got the error, go for the server console. Server console is for Spring Boot console. The Spring Boot console, you please cross check with what? Error. Check with what? Error. See guys, this is saying what? Method argument not valid exception required what? Parameter is what? Old name. And the parameter type is a string is what? Not present. The spelling is wrong. Yes. Because the parameter should be matched, guys. Here we get like what? Old name is N capital and new name also you can write what? N capital. The variable names you please cross check what the variable name we given, give the same variable name to the file. See guys, once if you give the same variable to the file, just you can come to the file. Yeah, now you got the big exception. Fine, when you got the exception guys, you please check that exception here. I will tell you what the exception here. So request processing is what one failed. Invalid data access. Invalid what? Data access. UPI usage exception. Data point here. Query selected via get result. Get single result must be selected. Must be what one? Must be select query. See, yesterday class, what we are writing, all the queries are what? Select queries. Queries are yesterday class, what we are writing, all are select queries. That's what select queries directly at the rate query annotation. At the rate query annotation is specifying your query is the select query by default. See, your internally they are calling some methods. It must be one query, select query. Must be what query, guys. But we smart, but now we are writing select query, update query, update query. This is update employee set. We are writing this query like this. That must be select query, but you are writing select query, update query, update query. Then you tell to Spring Boot, hey, Spring Boot, I am writing the update query. You please cross check with what? My update query, guys. To specify your query is updation operation, delete operation. Updation operation or what? Delete. See, guys, at the rate query annotation by default your queries are what? Select query, it will treat it. But you want select query, delete and update query, delete and update query. When we have the delete query and update query, we need to use one annotation at the rate modifying annotation. But annotation is here at the rate modifying. At the rate we need to use the modifying annotation guys because at the rate query annotation by default your query is one. But your query is select query update query. Then you can modify at the rate modified query we write that. Guys right click and click on what start. Once you right click on the start and you please check the code. Right click and click on what start. Once you started. Once we started, the project is running good. After the project is running good, go for the file. Just you can go for the post mapping. In the post mapping, what mapping? Post mapping. Just you can write the developer rather fine. Guys, click on one button, guys, send button. One record is enough for me. Just let me go for the one record like this. We have the data is what guys here, brother. Go for the patch call. Now go for the patch call. In the patch call, you are trying to update the data. Then old name is what guys here? Ratan. New name is what? Just let me write the new name is what? Ratan sir. Ratan sir. That like that I will update the data. Fine. See guys, this parameters automatically changing. Old name is what? Ratan. New name is what? Ratan sir. Are you changing the URL? Are you changing this parameter? Huh? You don't change the URL frequently. Go for the params. So real time is always flexible, guys. And if you click on what button, send button. Once if you click on the send button, now again you got the error. Again you got what? Error. Fine. You read that error, guys. Previous error is gone, definitely. What error is gone here? Previous error. See, guys, previously, yeah, previous error, guys. We are saying like see, previous error, what query is there? Select query, but you are writing what? Update. Do you have that query here? That error here? That error is there or not there? Your real time లో మేము కూర్చొని చిన్నగా ఇట్లా చేస్తాం. What we are doing. For that, what required? Patience required. What required? Slowly in front of you, I take one query from ChatGPT, I place in the repository layer. Slowly I'm checking how many inputs we expected. Controller layer I written, service layer I written. I'm typing the post and the batch from, then I got the error. Then I decided, okay, by reading the error, I decided, okay, by default query annotation will take what queries? Select queries. But you're writing select query, update query. Then I decided at that modify my annotation required, I place the annotation. Then again, if I run the code, again I got the error, just you can see that error. That is the developer point, guys. ఇలా చిన్నగా చేయాలి. పేషెన్స్ ఇస్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. మీలాగా ఇర్రెగ్యులర్ ఇర్రెస్పాన్సిబుల్ పండగలు ఊరికి వెళ్ళి పండగలు చేసుకుని ఎంజాయ్ చేసి గాలి తిరిగే ఎవరు కాదు రియల్ టైం అంటే. రియల్ టైం ఇస్ నాట్ లైక్ దట్. రియల్ టైం they're paying lakhs of salary, so you should do some hard work. It's not like sleeping means you come to work, no class, and festival means no class. ఇవన్నీ కనిపించేవాళ్ళు కాదు. Now see, first you got that exception. I tried modify annotation. Do you have that exception now? No. Executing and what? Update or delete query. He clearly saying what about? Update, executing what query? Delete query, update. Previously what it is showing? Selected. Because at the query annotation, what it is showing? Huh? Like that you sit and you do the work. Evening class, 4 o'clock I will start. 4 o'clock I will start the class at evening. 4:15 something like that. I will sit here by up to 9 o'clock. Same chair, same table. I will sit how much time? Up to 8 o'clock without going outside also. That 8 outside. I think that Lokesh, these people was. How much time we are sitting there? Up to 9 o'clock. Because when you do some work, we should have the patience. Because to run these all the queries and to check the errors and all, developer should require the patience. It's not like A plus addition, operand, operator, operator. Array left side, the right side, the prime number. Who want this all the stupid acts? Something is goes on, we will sit up to 9 o'clock. One day, Ravindra and me are sitting by 11 o'clock. Why? Keep on working, it's going that side, this side. We need to rectify issue. It's not like sleeping coming means what? Missing the classes, festival coming means what? Going and enjoying the holidays. Get it right? First error I got, I rectified error. Again what? I got this error. Is clearly saying that now what queries are there? Delete query and update query. Okay, fine. Just now we can come down, guys. See, first time this error I'm saying that okay, delete and updation operation failed. Then I don't have the more clarity about this error here. Now immediately I need to come down. If I come down, see guys, invalid data access UPI exception. So here also I'm just saying that executing update delete query. See, both exceptions are saying what? Update and delete query is there. Is there any clear information is there? No. Then immediately you can come down again. Just again you can come down. Again what? You come down. When you come down, then you see that one more exception is there. Transaction required exception. Just you can come down. This is what error is here. Executing update and what query here? Delete query. See guys, by seeing this annotation, transaction required exception. What exception? Transaction. See guys, these two exceptions I don't have the clarity about the data access API usage exception, sovereign exception, no clarity for me. By seeing this annotation, okay, transaction required exception, I can understand that. I can what? Understand. Transaction is what? Commit operation. Commit or rollback operations. Transaction I can understand that after updations, the data should be committed to your database. Your data should be what? Committed to database. Are you writing any save method to save the data here? No. We are writing what? Update query. Select update EFP like that, right? Writing what query guys? Update query. By seeing this transaction annotation, I can understand that okay, I am doing updation operation means my data should be updated in what? Database. I need to commit the database. I need to what? Commit the database. To commit the database, guys, just you can come here. You need to add one more annotation at the transaction annotation. See guys, by default at the query annotation taking the select queries, but you represent the delete and update queries means what annotation you have to use modify. Second one is you are writing update query. Update query database should be updated successfully. It means what? After successful updation, we need to commit the database. We need to commit the database. If something is updation operation failed, you need to roll back the database. You don't update the partial data, right? That's what guys, they require one annotation at the rate one annotation transaction annotation. At the rate one annotation, transaction annotation. Okay, see guys, that's after two annotations like that I placed, I'm running the faucet. Go for the post call. Once we go for the post call, just we can run this code. We got the post call data is done. Go for the what call gets a patch call. In the patch call, we have the data like this, right? Good. Guys, click on what button? Send button. After rectifying the two errors, now you got what? 200. You got updated it successfully. Actually, yes. Your output is not important. The way of writing the code and patience is important. కూర్చోవాలన్న సిస్టమ్ ముందు చేసుకుని అవుట్పుట్ రావు. If you pray to the God, Amma, Durgama, give me output and who will do? Durgama will give output. No. Durgama God, bhakti, peaceful mind, take the time and see what code properly. What is important? Guidance. It's not like half an hour, 2 hours. If you are sitting, you will not get the things first. We got it, data update and not updated. Updated. If you want, you try with the browser. So get call. After updation, you need to get what? See guys, I posted, I updated. Then you have to get the updated details. Get the updated details means you can write a simply get call. What to get call? Tell me here. Local host. Tell me guys, local host. Employee slash. Just you can one. That's it guys. Click on enter button. Now you can see the output. Now we got the Ratan Sara. Ratan Char. The Ratan Char is coming. You understood right? What is important? గంట కూర్చోగానే మళ్ళీ బయటకు వెళ్తాం బాటిల్ తీసుకొని అరగంట కూర్చోగానే టీ తాగకపోతాం అన్ని జరిగే పనులు కాదు. See, if you want software job, patience. See, how many years I told? 2 years. After 2 years, you are good at real time. Then you can enjoy remaining life. You can enjoy. No, sir. I will enjoy. No problem. You get the sleeping, sleep. You get festivals, go. But don't expect any jobs, better. You want to sleep, better to sleep. But don't expect any jobs and don't blame the industry like, recession is coming. Don't blame the institute like, jobs are not there. Like, the rotaries are not coming. Don't blame the, manager saying that, pressure. Got it, the stupid people in outside, they will tell only these three things. Either you should not bring in the companies, and second one is pressure in the manager, and the third one is recession come. You don't know software gate also even. Then you decided like IBM 30,000 people are gone. Same IBM taken the 60,000 people. Same IBM taken how many people are? Then that no one will focus. Wait, that is called operation. What operation we done? That Puta patch is not a problem. You can do it. But here Putu patch is important or query important? That's what. There Putu can take, patch you can take, no problem. But that Putu patch important or query important? In place of JPEG here. If you are writing a predefined methods, that is all important. Yes or no? Are you clear, right? That is called updation operation. You do the updation operation. With patch color, put color, anything is fine. Got it up? That's it. But return type is what return type you take is 1. Int means what? 1. Why it is modifying annotation? To represent your query is what query? Delete query or update query. But a transaction annotation to represent your data should be committed successfully to database. Otherwise, something operation failed, you need to roll back the operation successfully. Committer what? Roll back. Committer what? Roll back. That's it, guys. Okay, let me write one more small query. Last delete query so that I finish the JPQL. Then you please work on the JPQL once. Our last query is what query you want? Tell me delete operation. So what basis you want delete? Tell me. I'll write that query. Otherwise, what basis you want delete? You ask the question, what base you want to delete? I'll ask the chat GPT how to place the code, how to check the code, how to do the code. I'll tell you. What basis you want to delete that? You want to delete what? Based on ID and Based on ID, you need to write this code. Yeah. JPL required. Well, see that the people like now, sorry, you type the chat GPT, you ask the code guys, what others are writing code, that code will not come. You ask like always, you will get the different codes. List of objects you will get, list of objects arrays you will get, and you will get the two worst codes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You try that chat GPT. Are you getting this code or different codes? Are? Different code that is easy code or lengthy codes are. But what I'm writing? Right. Real time in the sense, even that code also I written long back. That is also code. That code also will work out quicker. But I written about 10 years back. But now 10 years back, a new code, new code. When a new code is coming, you need to update yourself. Update code, right? What code you should write? Update code. Delete operation. I know that you are not able to decide what you have to delete. But okay, fine. Have some query for that. You tell me this query. You read that query. What is that query? You don't tell delete from email based on the email. That is not a simple query you can write. But this is big hard query, right? Delete from employee where department and gender. Based on the department and based on what gender. HR department, I want to delete the main employees. HR department, I want to delete what employees? Main. You tell me the code. How many inputs expecting brother here? Two inputs. One is the department. One is the path table required request for us enough. Tell me the code for that. You first copy paste this code here. That's it. After that, return type should be updates and deletion return type should be integers. Selection return type should be like entities. Tell me the controller code for that. What the controller code? Controller code. What the controller code you should write? Delete what mapping you have written? What mapping guys? Delete map. Delete mapping based on what idea? Based on department and the gender. Based on department and the gender means what we have to write at the rate delete mapping. At the rate what mapping? You tell me all about at the rate delete mapping. Any URL is there? Okay, fine. Tell me the URL here. Slash delete mapping, right? Delete by what? DEPT and gender. I'm giving a clear message like DEPT gender. Fine. Tell me guys, next one is what public responsibility. Responsibility. Tell me really fast. Okay, you can make the string data. Now, after deletion, string is good, void is good. Void is good, I think no content, right? That's what you can make it as what data can say void. Just you can make it as void. Fine. Just tell me guys here. Delete by department and gender. Like that. How many inputs expected total? Two. You write what parameters? Request parameters. At the rate what parameters? Request parameters. You'll be next one is what? DEPT. The you can write what? String to DEPT. Next one is what? Request parameter. Next one is what? Gender. Gender I can write what? String. Just you can write the string what? Gender. That's it. Two values. Right? Yes or no? That's the two values. Fine. Because after that you can write what? Employee service. Delete, right? Delete by department and what? Then expecting how many arguments? One is what? What is the department? See guys, when you write the code, control S means what? Server is auto reloading. That's what I stop the server here. So you stop the server, you can write the code normal. Tell me, next one, what are how many arguments? Department, comma, that's it. Guys, you write the return statement because return statement is what? That guy is not returning anything, right? No content or build. You can write the response entity dot. Train and the last time. Response entity dot. No content dot. I swear, these some people understand. No guys, that's it. Okay, this method is there or not there? Not there. You place the parser, create the method. I created methods. I created one method. I created, but it is taking what? Time. At least today you sit like that and you slowly do the work instead of what? Sleeping. Instead of like sofa like the bus lo కూర్చొని what was it? Sofa like the bus లో కూర్చొని నిద్రపోకుండా all about what? All about what? Right. So then we got the errors and what? Errors are common because we are working for real time almost for 20 years. How many errors we faced? Then we got the idea for that, right? Guys, go for the employee repository dot delete yeah, delete by department and the gender. That's all. As I don't need to write the code, just control space select that method, automatically arguments also coming, right? Are you writing argument by sitting on? I am innocent, I am coming from village. I will write every line. Well, that's it, guys. Code is done. Code is what? Done. I think here in the repository layer, I take in the return type is what? Integer. If it is not good, you can keep the void because after deletion, any return value are no content at what? Based. Right, that's it, guys. We done the operation. Just you can right click on the project. You click on what? Start. Once you click on the start, then you can do the example. Once if you run this project, if you run the project, go for the post-call first. Post-call you please save some employees. Go for the what call here? Post. Post-call, let me go for the all HR people. HR department, I'll delete the main employees. Go for the HR department, what it is here? Ratan. Click on what on sender. And Ratan is there. Next one is what? Yeah, we got the first employee. And second employee, we got the just you can write what? Satya. He's also what? Male employee. Click on the center. We got the two records. Go for this one here. Just you can name is what? You can write the Mangama. Mangama is what? Female. Mangama is what? Female. And just you can click on what? Center. Then you got the Mangama is a female HR. Next one is what? Female. Next one is what? Anjama. Anjama is also what? Female HR. Click on what? Center. Now we got the four employees. How many employees are? Four. Once you got the four employees, then you can come to the browser. Just you can check all employees are coming or not. First of all, first employee, second employee, third employee, fourth employee. This is the final URL. Final URL. I'm checking all data is coming or not coming. Coming fine. Then you can go for what postman. Go for what data? Delete operation. The delete operation based on what? Tell me guys. Based on what? Huh? Based on whatever localhost 8006 and delete by email. No, it's not like that. What we written the code, guys? Come to the browser. Malik go check చేసుకోండి. Then here you have to check the code. In the controller layer, you please check that what URL first. What is the URL for that one? Tell me guys. Delete by what? Delete by delete by department and gender. So here you can make the department and gender. Just you can put what? Question mark. Once if you put the question mark, guys, bottom side is highlighted. Do you observe? Not observe? If I put the question mark, immediately below is enabled, right? Enabled, not enabled, yeah. Huh? Enabled, enabled. Enabled. Just you can keep that question mark. Enabled. Then give the data here. What the data we have to give? Department. See guys, that variable is better to copy from here. Just you can copy the department because here only two characters like DPT, but real time we have the variable names are small variables or big variables. Big variables. Value you can take this one is what? HR. There's a HR guys. Next one is what? Gender. You can write the gender. Gender is what? Main employee I want to delete that. That's what guys. You please cross check your URL once. or the URL here, DPA slash v1 slash employee slash delete by department DPT gender question mark department equal what gender department equal what HR gender equal to click on one button guys here send button. Once if we click on the send button, what the expected answer here? No content. But expected guys here, no content because you written the no content, right? That's fine. Because after that, you can go for the this main URL. If I refresh, how many expected answer here? Two. What are two? Mangaman two. Mangaman one. So main should be deleted, right? Just click on refresh, guys. Once if we click on the refresh, now see the data here. Huh? Oh God, patience. What is important? At least 1.5 hours, 2 hours, you sit properly and you do the work proper. After half an hour, you will get errors. Close the laptop, go to take a water bottle, washrooms, go to water bottle, coffee, and chit chat with what? Lab mentors. Huh? I think that is a JPQ is enough. Yesterday class written the 5 queries, now I written what? 2 queries. With the 2 queries, if you have the time, you can start trying some other queries. You always don't believe, like, don't, adjust with my examples. You try one more example of delete operation, one more example on what? Update operation. One more you will create change, try change, work change. Sir, this is not coming. Why? We try change because in doubt. మీరు ఈ చేయడానికే Anyone is other time you can try that. Wait, that's it. JP can be the what we done? JP. JPQL is very important because predefined methods, custom methods can handle basic requirement, but JPQL can do anything. Yes or no? Yes, sir. That is the what for reason of JPQL. What for reason? JPQL. JPQL. You sleep, right? You like sleeping, right? You want sleep. Like that. Like what that? That's it. You want to share the complete code, just that queries are. Nice run. నువ్వు చేసిన చేయకపోయినా కానీ ముందు queries అని కాదు. Is what you have tried for this one. Control layer and service layer. Get the control layer service layer code for that. First one. అయ్యా నాకు ఏం నమ్మకం లేదా వదిలే అవి షేర్ ద కోడ్ మళ్ళీ మీరు ఏం పడదు రాశారు నాకు రాకొచ్చేస్తారు అట్లీస్ట్ ఫర్ దిస్ వన్ ఐ షేర్ ద ఫస్ట్ వన్ query. This is a controller. That is enough, right? I'm just showing that how many inputs we are expecting. Right now. This is like updation operation. Operation one. What operation is here? Station. Station operation. And this is what operation? Delete operation. For delete operation, delete by department and check. Yeah, better points. The variables you write in the three lines, you don't write in one line. All the variables of method argument you write in multiple lines. This is a repository layer method, this is a controller layer method. First you write update operation. Create operation two. You take that URLs also better. Operation one, you have the URL. This is the URL for the operation one. Localhost 8006 AK/v1/m. Second, the URL column. One second, this is not URL actually. Okay, this URL that is input data. URL means this is a URL actually. HTTP for localhost API/v1/id/update name. This is the input. This is the URL with the inputs.